I can't stream like this. Okay, going live now. Okay, we should be good now. Okay, let's make sure we share this live stream. Sorry about that, everybody. Has some internet issues, but once again, we do have a tornado warning for part of the DeSoto area, and it looks like it might be headed towards or near the DeSoto area. So please let's share this live stream immediately, as we do have a tornado warning for parts of Jefferson County until 7:30. So not a lot of people know about this, and we need to share the live stream because once again we do have a tornado warning in place that does include the DeSoto area, the Somerset area, Madden Richwoods, Coors Mill, and Vineland. So Columbia, Illinois is just fine. Columbia, Illinois is just fine. We just have this single tornado warning. I was watching it all this evening, and I knew it was trying to produce, but it was having some difficulties here. But you can see on your screen, once again, we do have a tornado warning in effect until 7:30 for parts of Jefferson County and over near the Potosi area, but it's just north of Potosi, so I wouldn't be too worried if I was in the Potosi area. Welcome everybody. Yes, the Columbia, Illinois looks to be okay. Might be getting some rain right now, but nothing too crazy. But like I said, we have a radar indicated tornado warning for southwestern Jefferson County and east central Missouri, northeastern Washington County, and northwestern St. Francis County until 7:30. So severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was 5 miles southeast of Richwoods, and places that are in the path, they do put DeSoto. So like I said, if you know anybody in the DeSoto area, please share this live stream to them, as they do have a approaching tornado possibly coming their way. Now let's check the velocities on this. Let's see if we can get a visual on here with the velocities. We don't have any live cameras in this area, but it does look like we do have some broad rotation, and broad enough to have a tornado warning, I should say. But once again, indeed, we do have a radar indicated tornado warning till 7:30, and it looks like it's going to try to produce. Oh yeah, southeast is, yes, it's very very rare, Leslie. I do agree with that. Southeast is usually not the most common. Sometimes we see north, sometimes we see east, but southeast is really not that common. So that's why it really is a little bit different this time. But like I said, there is a tornado warning in the DeSoto area. We did get confirmation that tornado sirens have sounded in Jefferson County. So if you're tuning in from Jefferson County, it's the far southwest side is where we indeed have a tornado warning. You can see right here on the screen, it's not really that hard to pick out that we have a nice little hook starting to form, and that's what you really want to look for when we start having tornadoes being possible around the area. So it has the shape, it is radar indicated for now, which means nothing is confirmed on the ground. But like I said, we do have a tornado warning for the Somerset area, including DeSoto as well Vineland. And this thing is about to, it looks like it's about to produce. Let's check the correlation coefficient on here, because we're getting some type of noise, but I think it might be inflow going into the storm. Not seeing anything confirmed right now, but this is your classic hook right here. I wouldn't be surprised if the next few minutes a tornado tries to produce out of this. And once again, this was just like the other day where we didn't have a tornado risk. So, like I said, yeah, this is very strong. This north of the Washington State Park. So if you know anybody near the Vineland, Somerset, even DeSoto area, I will let them know that there are in a tornado warning and they need to be in their shelter immediately. So, like I said, if you can please share the live stream, I really do appreciate that because we were not forecasting tornadoes. They actually dropped the tornado risk for today. So, it's very surprising that we see this tornado warning. Just like the other day, like I said, you should always have multiple ways to receive alerts because you can see we have no watches or anything to warn us of severe weather. We immediately just happen to get a tornado warning. So, like I said, if you're in the Somerset area, the DeSoto area, the Val's Mine, all the way down near Halifax and French Village, which is outside our area, I would be on alert because it does look like it's in the cycle of wanting to produce. So, yeah, we do have a very strong couplet. It looks like we may had a quick spin up. It looks very disorganized as of right now. It looks like it might run into each other and suck up its own storm as inflow. So, that is something to note. Sorry about that. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna like with the inflow that it needs for the rotation, it looks like it's gonna suck up its own rotation. So we need to look out for this next velocity scan to see what is actually happening. But it did look like at a quick moment that it was gonna try to produce a tornado. But if you're in the DeSoto area, you're probably seeing heavy rain. You're just southeast of it right now, so it is to your southeast. None of the other storms, by the way, if you're just tuning in, none of the other storms near the Peevely area going to Illinois towards Waterloo, none of those are severe. Not really expecting anything, but once again, we are live because you can see we do have our tornado warning that's in effect for the Somerset, DeSoto, the Val's Mine. Yeah. Was working just fine. Let's see. Okay, I think we're good now. Okay, everybody. We are back. Hopefully that fixed everything. I'm not sure what happened there, but I think we should be okay. It looks like everything is okay. And we are back. Okay, yes, we are back. We didn't go anywhere. We just had some internet issues. Hopefully that doesn't happen during the live stream again. But like I said, we do have our tornado warning that is still in effect. It is just south of the DeSoto area. But like I mentioned before, I am, yeah, just like what James said, I'm also surprised that they took down the risk today, too. Everybody was surprised because the NATOcast, all the weather models were expecting at least one tornado around the area. And the Storm Prediction Center was like, no, we're not going to do that today. They're going to be conservative and probably use it for tomorrow. But thank you guys for sticking with me during the internet problem. We are back now. So make sure you reshare the live stream because we did have a couple people leave. But like I said, once again, we do have this tornado warning. And once again, the rotation has broadened out a little bit from once before. But at the moment, it looks like it will pass just south of the DeSoto area. But since you are in the warning, we need to respect the polygon. So if you're in the DeSoto area or if you know anybody in the DeSoto area, then you need to let them know just to stay in their shelter just in case, because sometimes tornadoes can go left, right, backwards in the circle. So if you're in the warning, we always need to respect the polygon as we do have a approaching tornado mainly towards the Vineland and Somerset areas. So if you know anybody in the Vineland or Somerset areas, you can see where the arrow is, where we're keeping the eye on. Once again, broad rotation, like I said, but we do have some type of rotation right now. And this has just gone observed. So, hey, everybody, we need to make sure we are sharing this live stream. This tornado just went radar confirmed. It is on the ground just west of Vineland. So, once again, everybody, this tornado has just been confirmed.
New tornado warning has been issued.
And there's a new warning coming through. You can see it's flashing on the screen. Tornado warning has now been confirmed. It is on the ground approaching the Vineland and the Somerset area. So once again, we do have a radar confirmed tornado on the ground just south of the DeSoto area. Just east of the Washington State Park, right on Highway 21 near Perkins Road, near the Vineland area. I'm not sure if we have a lot of people out here, but very strong rotation. This is not what you want to see, folks. This is a very strong signature that we do have a tornado on the ground. When you get the bright reds and the bright greens right on top of each other, you do not want that. You do not want that to happen. That means we potentially have a tornado, possibly strong tornado, that is on the ground. Sandy said, which way is it moving? I believe you're in the DeSoto area. I believe. I mean, not DeSoto area, the Potosi area. And it is not moving towards the Potosi area. It's moving to the southeast, which is rare but not uncommon. So the tornado will be moving towards the Somerset area, the Val's Mine, Papin, and the Halifax area. So, like I said, if you're anywhere near there, or if you know anybody that is near the Somerset area or on Route E heading towards the DeSoto area, you need to make sure they find some sturdy structure, that's a gas station or whatnot, because we do have a tornado on the ground, and unfortunately the radar right here where we see these bright and dark blues near Vineland, that is showing us that we are seeing something that's not rain. That could be trees, that could be buildings, houses, roofs, anything. So we are seeing the radar picking up some debris, which is why we do have a confirmed tornado, an observed tornado just near DeSoto moving east. It's moving east at 30 miles per hour now. So not southeast, but east. So like I said, if you're in the DeSoto or near DeSoto, you are in a tornado warning. So let's please stay in your shelter just in case this gets a little wonky. Said, okay, that's why I think near the Potosi area. I'm saying Vineland? Vinland? Oh, it's Vinland. Okay. Appreciate the shares so far. Really do appreciate it. Yes. Wasn't really expecting. Once again, it was just like the other day, the last time we had the tornado warning, which was not expected. But here we are. We have another one that just came out of the blue. And I was telling everybody before, you can tell it wasn't expected because, one, we didn't have a tornado Should be back on. Can you, let's see. Okay. So it looks like we are back on again. Thanks everybody for sticking with me. Sorry about that. The computer, what's it say? The computer and the internet was not ready to go live. It thought it was taking a break today. So hopefully it should stay now. So, okay. But once again, we'll just keep going until it goes. But once again, the tornado is still being observed right now. It is just south of the DeSoto area right now. So it's right over the Somerset area. The rotation has weakened the past couple scans while we had the internet outage. So that's great news that the tornado rotation has weakened. That means that we're not really seeing anything really crazy right now. And the correlation coefficient, the debris tracker, is not really showing anything significant right now, but looks like it is a little bit not in sync right now, but it looks like the main rotation is right over the Somerset area. So right near Route E, if you're near Route E, which I don't think a lot of us are, you might want to drive north and get out of the storm. So if you're in the Papin area as well, I would be on the lookout too, and anywhere in the southwest corner of Jefferson County. Yeah, it looks like not really seeing the confirmed part anymore. Doesn't look like it's going to be on the ground. The National Weather Service is still saying the confirmed tornado was located near DeSoto, so we'll still treat it. Or now it has upgraded. The Weather Spotters has confirmed this tornado. So now we have visual confirmation. At first we did just have radar confirmation, but now we have a visual confirmation that a tornado is on the ground doing damage near the Somerset area or just south of the DeSoto area. This is a very rural area. Probably not a lot of people in this area, but if you're near Route E, near Hardin Road, towards Route V, near the Papin area, you need to be in your shelter as we do have a confirmed tornado. Weather Spotters has confirmed this tornado near the Somerset area. So right now, basically, this whole warning basically just includes the Jefferson County area. So if you're near like the Potosi area, you're seeing rain. If you're in Waterloo, you're seeing some rain. Maystown, that looks interesting. Yeah, that looks interesting to know. We'll have to watch this storm up here. Starting to look like our one down here. But we're just going to stay tuned to the Somerset storm to south of DeSoto because we have visual confirmation from a weather spotter that this tornado is on the ground doing damage. And this must be where the debris is. So this south of Charbonne Road. South of Charbonne Road towards Route E near Sunrise Lake Beach is where we have the confirmed tornado on the ground. Sandy says it's pouring here. Yeah, it looks like you guys have a nice little storm near the Springtown area. Not sure why the radar says none Washington County Airport. Is that the airport name down there? Okay, well, let's not get distracted because we do have a confirmed tornado that is still on the ground. We still see the debris starting to show up on the radar. You can see right in the middle of your screen here is where the tornado will be and is confirmed by the weather spotters. So, weather spotters confirm tornado. So, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed, and damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur, and tree damage is likely. So that's probably what we're seeing right now on the radar. We're probably seeing trees, maybe a barn or two that is being picked up by the radar. But right near the Hardin Road, all the way up to Route V, they should be in their shelter right now. So luckily this is not a large populated area, but we still need to be sharing this live stream just in case one or two of you that you know are living in this area. But this is crazy that we got a confirmed tornado on the ground, and you can really see where the debris is. You can really see the debris being picked up on the radar. It's been on the ground for quite some time here, so we'll probably get a new warning for this shortly as it's getting closer out of the box, which is ending in 6 minutes. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a new tornado warning that's going to be issued for the Halifax area, French Village. The warnings will probably sound again in Jefferson County, but if you're near the Festus, Kimmswick, Arnold, anywhere north of DeSoto or north of Festus, Hillsboro, you'll be just fine. It's just in the county, so we have to sound the warnings just so everybody knows what to expect. National Weather Service is still saying that this tornado is still being observed. They are considering issuing a new tornado warning, so we'll see what they do here. But it is flashing because we still have 5 minutes on this tornado. And, okay, they just went ahead and they're going to go ahead and expire this tornado warning. So this tornado warning does look like it's going to be expired. I guess we did get confirmation potentially that this tornado has lifted, but it's kind of interesting that weather spotters have confirmed a tornado and now they're going to expire the warning. So that's interesting to know. Yeah, so they said tornado warning will expire at 7:30 Central Standard Time for South Central Jefferson counties. But I'm still seeing some rotation here. Right near along 67 near Halifax. So I wouldn't fully let my guard down if you're near the Papin or between Papin and the Halifax area. I wouldn't let your guard down just yet because we did just have confirmation of a tornado that was on the ground. So not sure why they're going to let this expire, but we are not the National Weather Service. So this may be some contamination that you're looking at. So all this bright yellows and greens, it does look like might be some contamination if they're not going to be extending the tornado warning. So that also might be debris fallout, which debris fallout is just how it sounds. As debris is falling out of the sky, leaves and sticks or houses, homes, whatever, it's still falling out of the sky, but the radar's still picking it up when it scans around. So may not be on the ground, but the debris that it has picked up once before is just now falling out of the sky and it's picking up on the radar. Because we're actually pretty far from this radar site. We're about 3,000 feet up from this radar site, so that's crazy. If we're seeing debris all the way down here, 3,000 feet up, that's a pretty decent tornado there. So, but once again, we're not seeing any hail with this, which is good. But once again, yes, it does look like it will be allowed to expire at 7:30 p.m. So, as long as they don't get a new tornado warning issued, we're going to be here to about a few more minutes. Make sure this expires. Make sure there's nothing crazy going on. But there is still some broad rotation. So even though we don't have 60 mile per hour winds or hail with this storm, interested to see if they issue a severe thunderstorm warning. We have a late report coming in 3 miles southwest of DeSoto. Storm Chaser reports quarter-sized hail at 7:14. So that's back towards the Dodson Lane Road and Route H. Probably towards the Fletcher area. So they're probably on 21 probably is where they probably saw that. So hail is actually being reported with this storm. Little small pieces of hail is usually where we see like the pink dots on the radar, usually where we can spot some hail. Yeah, I'm still seeing some weak rotation headed towards the Route 67. So I'm still seeing some rotation with this. It does not look like they're going to be issuing a new warning for this. And we just got a new radar scan in as well. And Boyd Branch Road at 67 is seeing some broad rotation. The radar has not updated quite, so that is something to note. And this storm is moving out of the tornado warning. By now, they would already have issued a new tornado warning. So that is great news that we're not seeing another one. But once again, it's just like, I think it was last week or the week before. I'm not too sure. But it is interesting that we did get another surprise tornado warning that ended up producing. So that is something interesting to note. And then once this tornado warning goes off, we will stay on. We're going to go over tomorrow's threat since we're already on. So we'll go over tomorrow's threat of what we can expect. Because once again, we have another round of severe weather that is possible on Sunday, aka tomorrow. So once this warning expires in about a minute, we'll switch it over to the weather models. And we will go over what to expect for tomorrow. So don't go anywhere. It's Saturday night. You guys are off tomorrow. So just wait about one more minute. And once this warning drops, we will go over tomorrow's severe weather forecast. Yeah, this storm in Monroe County, that is something to watch. This is how, if you guys were wondering before we hopped on, this is how the DeSoto storm started. And then eventually got some strength and it produced a tornado. So all tornado warnings have been canceled, which is good. So there's no more tornado warnings, no more tornado possible warnings. So that is great news. So now I would like to turn your attention to tomorrow's severe weather forecast. Okay, give me 1 second, everybody. Let's just get this real quick. If you're just tuning in, all tornado warnings have expired at this time. We don't have any new warnings, so that is great news. But we are about to go over tomorrow's severe weather threat. We're going to go over all the timings and everything that you need to know for tomorrow's severe weather threat. Okay, let's put this away. Okay, here we go, everybody. No more warnings are in place, so we're going to take this time while we're already on the live stream to go over the severe weather threat, and everybody can tune in afterwards as well. So we are on the weather models page because we're going to walk you through what to expect for tomorrow. Get an idea what to expect for tomorrow. Now, tomorrow's a little bit interesting because there is a cold front that's moving through, but we're really relying on the cold front. Well, for you guys, we want the cold front to be weak. But at least for me, I want the cold front to be strong. Strong cold front means severe weather. Weak cold front means that we're not going to see severe weather. So here we go, everybody. I'm going to zoom you in so you guys can see. Okay, so this was tonight. This is 7 p.m. And you can see the storms are going to move out overnight. So overnight on Sunday, we will be just fine. So tomorrow, overnight, waking up, you will be just fine. There's no storms to be worried about. Now we go into the afternoon time. You see on the left side here, we start to get a little bit of a line of storms coming through. This is around 5 p.m. So it won't be till late when we see these storms. So like I said, most of the day on Sunday is going to be dry. Now, once we get into the evening time, this is probably when we're going to have to activate another live stream to cover some severe weather. So, as you see, this is 6 p.m. Most of the storms are out to the west or to the north of our area. And then once we get into the evening time, I want to bring your attention to, let me see if it opens up. Let's see, there we go. Alrighty, so you see how we have the line of storms here on your screen, and you see how most of the area, how the St. Louis area is like cut off, and then once you go up to the northeast, it's literally nothing. It's because the cold front is not strong. Most of the energy is going to be to the southwest and south central Missouri. So that's where we're expecting the strong storms to be now. But as we go into the evening time, especially the Franklin County area, does have a chance to see a severe storm or two. So you can see it pops up a little hailstorm towards like the Sullivan area and around the Cuba area. So late evening, especially around 8 p.m., 9 p.m., is when we could see some strong storms. So the leading edge of the cold front is where we can see some strong storms being produced. And then once behind it, the actual cold front here that pushes through, this will just be solid rain. So we have to watch, basically what I'm saying is we have to watch in front around 7, 8 o'clock to see how the storms fire up, because we do have a 1 out of 5 on the severe weather scale, which means that we do have a slight risk of severe weather, and a 2 out of 5. The 2 out of 5 is the slight risk. The 1 out of 5 is the marginal. So the main time frame is 8, 9, 10 o'clock p.m. And then once we get into the overnight, the cold front will officially pass, and it will leave us some dry time going into Monday. But of course, we'll let you know the rest of the week in tomorrow's video, because we'll be dry for a little bit, and then unfortunately more rain will come. But like I said, tomorrow, if I can speak, tomorrow's severe weather threat doesn't really look too concerning. But if the cold front wakes up and says, you know what, we're going to be strong, then we could possibly see a brief isolated tornado like we did today. Hail and damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour will also be possible tomorrow evening as well. But I want to let you guys know as well, because I got a lot of questions about Sunday, if it's going to be nice. So when you wake up all day through Sunday, if you have any plans out the door, around church time, lunch time, you'll be just fine. But once we get into the evening times, that's when we need to start paying attention to the weather and also our weather page, because that's when the heat of the storms will start to build. So that is the severe weather threat. Nothing too crazy. I wouldn't get overly concerned, but we will probably have to activate another live stream tomorrow for some coverage. But I'm pretty sure, I feel confident that we'll have warning before this. Besides that DeSoto brief tornado that we had, I'm pretty sure we'll probably have a watch or something like that. So that is the threat for tomorrow. So once again, another round of severe weather. Let's see if I can bring it over here. Can't quite see it. Okay, let's zoom it in. Okay, let's not zoom it in. Boom, boom, boom. So you can see tomorrow's risk of severe weather. The yellow is a slight risk of severe weather. And that includes Detroit, Herman, Steelville, Potosi. We'll add the Potosi area on it as well. And everywhere in Warrenton County as well. So slight risk of severe weather. One risk higher than what we had today. Now today didn't really pan out besides near southwest Jefferson County area. But I think we're going to have a nice line of storms. And usually when we get a line of storms, we can always get some tornadoes embedded in there. So like I said, we do have the tornado risk in play as well for tomorrow. And that's going to be mainly just north of I-44. So like the Herman area, Troy, all of St. Charles County does have a marginal risk of seeing a tornado. So that will definitely have to be something to watch. And of course, we'll be providing updates all day long tomorrow. And we'll have our video out as well. And we'll have a live stream if needed. So don't you worry, we'll be covered in every department. So make sure you're checking the Facebook page often for updates, as we will be providing updates for you. And yeah, so severe weather possible again tomorrow, a break on Monday, and then we'll probably have some more later. So, but this really depends on a strong cold front. So I want everybody to know as you're going to sleep, we don't want the cold front to be strong. We want it to be weak. So that is that. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns? I think if not, we'll check the radar one more time here. And it looks like all storms have gone non-severe at this time. A couple strong thunderstorms are possible. Maybe some more storms on the backside, but these are not expected to be severe. So with that being said, I think we're going to roll off here. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And we'll see you next time. It'll probably be most likely tomorrow. If not, we'll have our weather video out as well. So make sure you're watching out for that. And have a good night, everybody. Enjoy your Saturday evening. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.